Welcome back, everybody. Today we have a Jandice game from the new patch, kind of featuring the, we'll call it the constant decision and question between whether or not you take 3 stars or 5 stars on Jandice. And from the initial impression that we have on this patch, it seems like there's a lot of greed going on in the mid game, and then there's a power spike that occurs around turns 8 and 9 where people transition into, say, for example, mech builds or elemental builds. And you can make use of those middle turns to really greed into 5 stars. I'm a big advocate right now, if you get a token on turn 1 on Jandice, that we're double tripling into 5 stars prior to this this patch. Say, for example, 2 days ago, we would have probably tripled into 3 star with the first triple, because Doomsayer's on 3, you can play from a cause, you can go for that line, you don't have to shoot for the double 5s. Well, now we can, and now we probably should, because there are so many different opportunities on a very, we'll call it a mid-range tempo-oriented meta, where we can greed for a minute, take a power spike, and then play from there. And by tripling into double 5s, we very, 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 very closely match the power spike of the rest of the lobby. In this game, we triple into 5s, and we don't exactly get what we're looking for, but we do find ourselves a Begurgle. And a Begurgle's enough to level to 5 and not take too much damage. Find stuff there, you get to redefine what you're doing. Sometimes that redefining of what they're doing is just pivot even further in the Murlocs. Sometimes it's taking the first 5 stars that you see, like say for example you get a hold of a Holy Mech roll or something, pivot toward that. It's flexibility, it's consistency, and Jandice is known for it, right? 1 minion can make a comp for Jandice. Cycling a Begurgle per turn or like a Primal Fin is an entry point for Murlocs. So one big enjoy. Kills the boar. Patch day hype? Patch day hype. Absolutely. Wow. What an awesome swap, Bofer. You did it. You did the thing. Wow. But for real, like, we're just kind of chilling for a minute here because there really aren't any choices. We don't freeze a board. We could put it on the board or not put it on the board. Those are the only 2 options. The only difference between putting it on the board or not putting it on the board is that we can choose to roll before swapping here if we were to sell this unit. Or sorry, any unit other than this on the board being the weakest thing before we swap for next turn. That way you could at least see this 5 star and know if you wanted to swap on this board or the next board. It is a very, very small value. So extra Tidehunter is meaningless because it gives you 2 triples before we hit tier 4, which does nothing? Yeah, basically. You can have it, and if you hit Brand, it allows you to take the extra triple on the turn instead of next turn into a 6 star, which isn't even any better. Watching your set reviews a little Christmas, which comes several times a year. Glad you enjoy it. Let's take our damage. I mean, I enjoy it too. Patch days are the best days. Alright, change up the music slightly, a little faster. Do you believe? These are pretty shitty. There's a Khadgar. It is an impossible Khadgar to buy for the triple this turn. Doesn't mean it's bad. There's a Begurgle on a Murloc board. I'm gonna do it this way. Okay. Okay. Actually, I'm not taking it. What am I saying? I'm gonna level to 5 next turn. I'm gonna swap the Begurgle, sell off the Roadboard, and just level to 5. Okay, okay. We got a Sefin and a Begurgle. Even though it's not like the direction you need to be able to go Murlocs, it is a ton of tempo. Like a shitload of tempo. And if that is the case, then shit. Let's do that. Too bad we couldn't get another thing to die and get the Sefin to poison itself again, because the Sefin's a pain in the ass and only poisons himself. Alright. I'm playing Jandice, same skin. I'm 2 turns behind you doing the same thing. Live guide equals poggers. I'm sure, Bob Lair, you're figured out by this point that the gameplay itself for Jandice, when you get a turn 1 token, is not riveting until you get to, like, I don't know, turn 7 and start making decisions. I'm sure you figured this out as well. There's not much there. I've always tried to get as many tokens as possible and never really thought about it. There are few upsides. Very few upsides. The upsides come from hitting Bran on the first token or hitting Khadgar on a board like that. And if that is the case, then you line up an additional triple the following turn. It is so low value that taking better minions or forcing better minions in general is just going to come out ahead. IMO. Alright, let's get another poison here. I believe it. I think Sefin's the smartest fucking unit ever. Always poisons self, never gets sold. True. Look at that. Job security. You can't replace me. I run this place. Woo! Naturally, the golden one. Damn. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Automod's on top of it today. Automod always has my back. Pass. Pass. Yep. I mean, this is kind of cool too, but not anymore. Yo, we doing it. We doing it, chat. We're getting little bits and pieces here and there. Or tempo Murlocs, just kind of casually limping up and swapping Begurgle, because Jandice is a completely fair and balanced hero, where even if you don't have a win condition, you can just kind of turn anything into a good board. What was our win condition this game? We found a Begurgle, and we're Jandice. Yay, Peepo clap. And how do we get the Begurgle? We found a token on turn 1. Peepo clap, that's it. We found a token, so therefore we win. Or we do a good job. Or have a high average finish. I'll wait for the day Automod just catches somebody for just saying hello. Yeah, my bad. Automod, you forgot to take care of this real quick. Bam. Zaprito. Automod, I'm sorry. It just got you. Just timed you out. So sorry. That totally wasn't me just timing him out. Got him. Keck Elmo. Where is Keck Elmo? Who was it in chat that saw Keck Elmo a couple weeks ago and was like, what is this monstrosity? At least we got another poison. Was that Motbot? I believe that was Motbot, right? That made Keck Elmo. That's some quality content right there. We can just go to 6. Is there a reason to go to 6? Yeah. We do have mechs in the lobby, yet nobody's mechs. Otherwise, I pick up that ghoul. Too late to care about this. Alright, whatever. They aren't exciting turns, but they're the turns that we get. I don't care about this triple. It's cheap if I swap into it. Is there anything there that we actually want, though? Like, what can we think of on 6 that's actually useful? Making gold Murlocs over and over again with the chef? Somebody spam the command, whatever the hell that unit's called. I can never remember it. Yeah, I don't remember the command is either. See, that's the problem. You can't have a command that is a card name that I can't remember the card name of. It's a self-defeating prophecy right there. Like a self-fulfilling prophecy, you know, but just defeated. Yo, why you gotta be like that? Hey, we got the Begurgle. We needed that Begurgle to get hit before we golded it. Because it's going to be taunted after it's hit. AKA Seafood Slinger. There you go, Seafood Dude. Smart man. Yo, Mapgoo, thank you so much for being the one person that can remember that. I swear Brand's a card. I swore Brand was a card. Swap? Oh. Alright, we're gonna take one of these off the board then. Brand's a card. Charlie? Genie? Probably just Charlie for the end of the turn, right? It's an added stat. Genie's an extra gold. Maybe you view the double bumper of Genie, plus the fact that we potentially get another proc here. Yeah, we only need one proc, so it's gonna happen. Against George. These are pretty close, right? 6 permanent stats versus 1 gold. And a double bumper. I think I would take the double bumper. Is this the 3rd Murloc game we've played today? What is this meta? Am I turning in the Crip? Apparently. The skins they release really fuck with my ability to recognize which hero we're playing. True. I can see that. Just get good. Oh, nice. Good shit. Now we get to make our elementals a little bit stronger. Baller. Good light spawn proc right there. Bofer, did you by chance go vegan? At one point in my life I did for a little bit. Not as of late. I couldn't explain why the Murloc prevalence, but I did for like 6 months at one point. I didn't really stick. The hardest part was trying to eat around other people. Especially for work-related events. It just became a huge inconvenience. What are these? Why are they all such ass? At least we have this to swap, but you know. What I gotta do to find a Primal Fin around here? I'm surprised they've thrown consistent visual design out of the hero skins. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really... To me, it doesn't bother... Like, it doesn't bother me because I'm around the game so much. So my opinion's pretty worthless on this. But I don't think I've ever looked at a hero skin and not immediately identified who it is. Like, obviously, at a glance, the first time they introduced something, I didn't know what was what. But, like, within a day of it being introduced to the game, you immediately know what it is. Why not hero power the king for 8/8 instead of the Felfin? Because you can't swap golden minions. Basic game mechanics. Because the game mechanics exist. Blister Fox throws me off. Yeah, hero power is swap a friendly non-golden minion. We all learn it sometime, right? Eventually be like, oh damn. Silly me. You do double... Meh. It's a Spore. There's a Selfless Hero. We may need Ghoul. This is net positive gold. Might as well swap now. We didn't get any positive gold, but still. The average is net positive. I guess we're continuing the scale. This is okay, but I don't know if I freeze for it. It's a 5/5 buff twice, so 10/10 buff to the board. It's probably worth freezing for. The alternative is like you would sell Bran. Meh. It's not worth it. I step away for breakfast and I come back and he's playing Murlocs? Again? Yeah, it's almost like there's a patch. Crazy. Crazy. Yeah, the thing you should learn about the meta is that when a patch releases, people generally, especially at high rating, will pivot toward whatever is the first line that they can possibly take to have a positive finish. The game is very tempo oriented, which means that in a scenario like this, it's a lot closer than that 100% feels like, huh? In a situation like where we are, a lot of times that first direction is like, hey, I found a Bran, we forcing Murlocs. Hey, I'm forcing tempo here. Murlocs is inherently a tempo board, right? I don't need to buy this. Well, I was gonna sell it. I'm probably still selling it, right? I don't care about that triple that much. I'm not gonna swap that. Because I'm just swapping for stats here. Because the last position belongs to the Selfless Hero now. And there's nothing on 6 I really want. And so long as 2 things or 3 things die, then I really don't give one shit about whether or not this is poisoned or not, because this is going to give this poison. You can argue playing around the Giga Overkill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacks, like, they're going to be dead. Because if these things are all value trading, we've already won against an elemental board. So they either get their value or... well, the alternative is we've already won. Yeah, sure, you could have some weird-ass board that's not a normal condition, but we're either so far ahead that he can't kill our shit. Or by this point right here, it's already procced. Damn. Alright. So we kill the Nomi board. Nomi seems to be pretty prevalent this patch too. Blister Fox is Eudora. The only fox in the game. It's Star Wolf, actually. Oh sure, after we sell the brand. This is the biggest piece of shit troll I've ever seen. We're Jandis with a brand on the board and we can't find a Primalfin the whole game. One board after we sell the brand. Primalfin. Oh, you looking at me? Are you looking for me? Oh, how nice. Wow. Oh, come on. Huh. Are the stats relevant over the Selfless here? Should be a weak person. I'm gonna play him. Come on. Seafood Slinger, Foe Reaper, Amalgadon. You can fix the Amalgadon. We don't have that many turns. Okay. Okay. No Murloc. There was a bad Murloc on the previous board. I just don't care about that. We need a bumper anyway. So if we need a bumper, then here's where we are. We'll just hold the Slinger for next turn. Maybe we get another Begurgle or something for a buff. Maybe we get a golden... Who the hell knows what? A little stronger than I gave him credit for, but... That's just one taunted Mekral. We just need a Ghoul to be able to beat this. Like, this isn't that bad. It's just strong because of one Mekral. Fair enough. Seafood dude. Seafood dude. Yeah, seems good enough. This guy's the big dragon board. Would have been a better hit, but you know, whatever. Yes, I could swap it. I understand. But then you can't swap or do anything with the others. Let's just take our triple. Spore. Selfless. I think I probably freeze whatever's on this board, so we could play it again next turn. Sephin's pretty weak, but if we get the triple, that's another shot at a 6. Zap, a Mega Buster, a Amalgadon. Zap's a tolerable card here. If we go first, it kills one of the Deflectos. Amalgadon's pretty weak. Okay, these are dead worthless. Alright. Do we need a bumper or not is the only question, but he has one non-divine shielded fucking what's it called? Twilight Emissary. Which means that if we go first, there's always going to be something there, and if we go second, most of the time there's all things that we kill with the Spore and not the Selfless era. I'll take that any day. Coming down to just a couple of stats, huh? With nothing else of impact to find on 6, not sure if the Seafood dude makes that much of an impact. It still allows you stats from Murlocs. That's what we want. Our collection of garbage in our hand. Yeah, we can't even buy from the next board because we 100% play this. I mean, we can put 2 extra stats on the board. Theoretically, if we would have played it that way. With the jug. I think I'll keep the 3 gold for next turn in case one of us doesn't die. But is there a non-garbage 6? We don't care about the 6s. We care about the stats. Like, the reason I picked up the Seafood Slinger is that if we find a Begurgle or a 2 health buff or whatever, we buy a golden version of it. Level for damage? No. Could've. But nah. Could've. Means 3 minions would have to live instead of 2 minion or 1 minion. Like, you'd have to have both of these alive, which is pretty much irrelevant, right? There goes 1. There goes 2. And finally we kill it. And the question becomes, does the Sephon live? Dodge, Sephon, dodge! You get this one. No, not that one. Beautiful. Sephon wins. And we win. Alright, well. Yeah, I mean, we could have leveled for damage. The only difference is that, like, we have all 1 stars or 5 stars. So, the 5-star lives, that's great. The 1-star lives, that means 3 of them have to be alive. Or 2 instead of 3, and that's almost impossible against that board state. Now, don't get me wrong, I probably should have just leveled for the 1 gold just in case that freak incidents could have occurred. Because it's like, we don't have any real use for the gold anyway. Should have just done it. After the fact, I'm kind of explaining what's going on with respect to why that could never really occur with our board. You need both of those to live, which is nearly impossible. Doesn't matter. Kind of an irrelevant play, but you're right. You're right. And that's the important part on the internet, is when you tell the chat they're right, chat is right. But yeah, we got another first.